Haddon's sister had merely choked on some water at the pool while she was swimming, and for that, he shoved me into the pool after tying me up. He left me with only a small hole for air that was barely an inch. He said I would have to pay double for every grievance Julia suffered. I never learned how to swim. There was nothing I could do but try my best to breathe as I sobbed and begged him to let me out. Yet all I received was a lecture. You'll never learn if I don't teach you a lesson now. I struggled to stay afloat, but it took 5 days before Haddon's anger dissipated and he put me out of my misery, but it was already too late. I'll let you go this time, but you'd better not make the same mistake again. I had already drowned to death. It was 11 a.m. and Haddon was frowning at the dishes on the table. It's been 2 days. Why hasn't that bitch come and bring me my food? She's supposed to send it over before lunch. What the hell? Just because she's being punished doesn't mean she can slack off. His assistant froze before replying courteously. Mr. Rouse, Ms. Lowe is still in the swimming pool. She hasn't been let out yet. Haddon froze, appearing shocked as if he were not the person who threw me into the pool himself. Quickly, he blinked the surprise away. Nonchalantly, he shrugged. Oh, that's fine. She can stay there for a few more days. His assistant glanced at him and pursed his lips hesitantly. But Mr. Rouse, the pool is starting to smell. I'm worried that perhaps you should take a look. Without putting his cutlery down, Haddon replied, So? Of course it's going to smell. It's probably filled with urine and fecal matter. Relax. She'll be fine. She'll do anything to live. His assistant wanted to urge Haddon to take a look, but the latter frowned and interrupted him before he could begin. Sit down and eat. Talking about all that is ruining my appetite. She should know what she did wrong after reflecting on herself in the past few days. She can come out once she apologizes to Julia. Just then, Julia pushed open the door and walked inside. Haddon. He looked at her with a gentle gaze and wrapped her in his arms. He held her hand with a tender touch. What are you doing here, Julia? Were you too scared to stay at home alone? Shh, it's all right now, Julia. I've already given Felicia the punishment she deserves. Smile for me, Julia buried her head in his chest, coquettishly saying, You're the best, Haddon. But I just want her to apologize. I never wanted her to be punished. She won't blame me for this, right? Haddon patted her back comfortingly. His next words a stark contrast to the gentleness of his touch, as if she would dare. I couldn't help but laugh as I watched the two siblings act like a couple, but no one heard it. How could they? I was already dead. I only made it out of the pool moments before my death. The water had been dyed red, but a metal cover was soldered onto the top of the pool. No one could possibly get out of there. Anyone in my situation would have been doomed to be locked in the pool forever. Despite ghosts not needing to breathe, my chest constricted at the sight as if I would be locked in that suffocating space again. At the same time, Haddon continued to comfort Julia with an arm wrapped around her waist. It's going to be all right. Eat more, okay? You've gotten skinnier again. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Look how much skinner you've got. What's a few days of starvation to that fatso anyway? I can't believe she would dare do such a thing to you. I won't let her out until she apologizes and learns her lesson. I watched silently, heartbroken from where I stood behind him. I wanted to cry, but there were no tears left. The fact that I had suffocated and struggled for my life in the pool meant nothing to him, not when compared to the few gulps of pool water Julia had choked on. I could not swim, and I could not get out. It was ridiculous to think that I was still begging him to let me out until my dying breath, pleading with him to let me live. It was all for naught. All he did was laugh as I pushed against the metal cover with everything I had. Why'd you let Julia choke on the water if you're so scared of drowning? I'm only giving you a taste of your own medicine. I remembered looking around the pool, terrified. I remembered admitting to anything he accused me of, hoping that would get him to let me out, but he didn't.